There's not really a chance for you to play one round, regroup, play again the next day, regroup like a normal tournament.
If you come out on top, then you're gonna have an opportunity to play against the best female golfers in the world.
Because it's 36 holes in one day.
Not many people really do understand the difficulty of preparing and competing on the biggest stage.
If you don't have your best stuff that day, it is the longest day of the year. The hardest thing about US Open qualifying is that you know that it's US Open qualifying.
Good. Mia down a little lower. Good. Get away. You ready?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right, let's have fun.
In my first US Open qualifying, you go into it pretty nervous, not knowing what to expect. But I think now, like, I've been through it so many times, and it's almost like once you accept that you're gonna be nervous, that it gets easier to deal with the nerves. As I've matured, I've learned that if you're not nervous, there's something wrong. And accepting that you're gonna be nervous is the better way to deal with it. It's much better to embrace it and see if you can channel it into something positive.
My US Open qualifier this week is absolutely just an unbelievable opportunity. To think that 36 holes, 2 excellent rounds of golf will give a person an opportunity to play in a major championship. It's just amazing. I have played in it the last few years and I've learned a lot.
Playing 36 holes is unique to the US Open qualifier, and it is exhausting both physically and mentally. There's things you can do to be ready for it, but you have to be very disciplined, and when you start feeling that mental fatigue, you have to push through it and force yourself to be disciplined, because one poorly chosen club or making the wrong decision on where to lay up can change the whole trajectory of your round.
Playing 36 holes in college golf gives an advantage to the college golfers. Professional golfers don't play 36 holes in one day. For me, I'm used to shotgun start, playing 36 holes and not getting a break in between, and really staying focused and competitive that entire day.
My strengths in my golf game are definitely my short game. My putting is something that I can pretty much always rely on. This week, the greens are very firm from what I've seen, and that is going to make it pretty difficult if you miss a green. I have a pretty big advantage that my short game can come through and kind of help me shine, so that's what I'm hoping for.
When my coach and I were laying out the course and playing the practice round, I thought that a lot of the pins were in spots that you could really attack them. So I think that our game plan is going to be getting as aggressive as we can, hitting driver in a lot of places, going right at pins, trying to have a lot of short wedges in, and making as many birdies as possible.
Anyone can show up, have a great day, and just be entered in a major. My struggle to this point in the season has been getting comfortable fast enough to make moves. And it can't take you 18 holes to feel comfortable in professional golf. You have to show up and be ready on hole 1. This is going to be a very good test for me to see if I can get grounded, get comfortable, and just start off the way that I know that I can play.
I would say that strategy can differ from the start of the day to midway through the day or towards the end of the day. Because there is one goal, and that is to qualify, it can definitely change the strategy towards the end of the round if you know that you absolutely need to make a birdie or make a couple birdies in order to qualify. You might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
We got off to a decent start, actually. I was feeling pretty good, and then we hit some rocky holes there in the middle, which was a bummer, but you kind of have a little bit of time in US Open qualifying to get stuff back, because it's not just 18 holes every day. So I kind of thought we could get something going on the front 9 of the second round. But putts just were not falling. And then I could definitely tell towards the end of the second 9 that it was just a little bit more fatigue. The contact on the club was a little bit worse. Putts weren't really falling, so it was just kind of one of those days. Didn't go my way, but I think my game is close. Like, I really do feel like the scores today are not a great reflection of how I'm playing overall. I'm not like earth-shattered. I got another tournament to go to, so I gotta stay a little bit positive.
You know, it's a really long day out here. It's a grind, 36 holes and 36 holes of focus. A lot of shots where you gotta stay really focused the whole time. And I feel like for me, I definitely could have stayed a little more focused, especially there towards the end. It's definitely hard when you know that didn't get the putts to drop, didn't do things as well in the beginning and made things a little tougher, especially towards the end when lost a little bit of focus. I feel like I gave it my best up until the very end. I never gave up out there. And I mean, I feel like most importantly out here, it's just about being thankful to be out here competing. The thing about golf is sometimes what might feel like one shot swing is actually a lot more than a shot. If you roll in a putt that builds you a lot of momentum, that carries into the next hole, and then that carries into the next shot, the next hole. So I mean, there was a lot of moments out there where I felt like I executed something the way that I wanted to, but then just poorly misjudged it.
Now that I'm on like my 4th event of a 7-week stretch, I'm a little bit tired, but I think it's probably an advantage. I want to see what my game can do under this kind of schedule and situation because, I mean, it's my goal to do this at the top. So I think that's the plan.
I think that above all else, if I just enjoy the day, realize how lucky I am to be out here playing golf, then that's what really matters.